Hi, I'm Sam. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be sharing with you my top 10 essential tips for whether you're in the army as a new soldier or if you're thinking about joining the army. Now, there is a lot to get through, so there's 10 tips. So I've got my laptop here and I will just be referring to my laptop every now and again just to keep me on track and make this video as succinct as possible. So let's get straight into it. Number one is mental resilience. That is something you are going to have to work on when you're in the army, or you can work on it before you join the army. And the army can be mentally challenging, as those that are already in the army know, or those that are thinking of joining the army will be expecting. So it's important to build a mental toughness when you're in or before you join. Always just try and stay positive. You are going to be messed around a lot when you first join the army. You just got to remember why you joined. Most people join so they can go on tour and get medals. And if that's you, fine. Just remember, because it takes time to train before you get out there on tour or before you do the other things that you decided to join the army for. Mental toughness is key, and it's something that you've just got to stay focused and be positive, because you will get messed around. It just happens. It's part of military life. It's a fact. So just stay positive, stay focused, and whatever obstacles are thrown in your way, just overcome them and try and overcome them with a smile on your face. Number two is listen and learn. Some people always think they know best. Some people always do. Don't be one of those people when it comes to the listen and learn tip in the military. Just pay close attention to your instructors and your superiors. They're valuable knowledge and experience that can help you succeed. But of course, be open to feedback, be open to constructive criticism, and take everything on board. No matter how much you think you know, there's someone that knows more. And if they're a decent person, they'll just help you out. They'll give you that constructive feedback, that constructive criticism. Listen and learn. Look at those that think that they know best and just don't listen to them. Sometimes you'll know them. They'll stand out like a sore thumb as you get to know those type of people better. So always be prepared to listen and learn, because it is always something that you can learn from someone in the military. Number three, essential, teamwork. My goodness, you will always be there to rely on fellow soldiers, and people will be there who are counting on you at some point in your career. Work together, support each other, and build strong bonds with people that are in your team. A cohesive team is essential for success. If you see someone struggling, that's something that you're good at, help them, because in the future you will definitely be relying on their help for you when you're struggling at something. So really try and build that bond with your team and really try and focus on teamwork during your career. Number four, adaptability. So everything is rapidly changing all of the time in the military, from situations to environments. So stay flexible, be prepared to think on your feet, and be open to new ways of doing things. Adaptability is key to thriving in the military. You might be doing something one way for years and years, but if somebody shows you a better way to do it, take it on board, regardless if you've got to learn a tiny little bit of a new skill to be able to do it that way. Be adaptable, be prepared to think on your feet, and also it's the same as taking that feedback. Just take it on board, adapt, and it'll make things a lot easier for the future. Tip number five is professionalism. So always conduct yourself with professionalism, and most importantly of all, integrity. Be punctual, maintain a sharp appearance, and respect your peers and superior. Respecting your peers is key. Yeah, regardless of the type of person they are, just show them respect, because one day you might need their help for something. But key for me with regards to professionalism is, if you look smart, if your kit is ironed, if your boots are clean, you got a haircut, or for girls your hair is neatly done, or if you've got a beard, the beard is well trimmed, that is 90% of the battle. If you look the part, you will feel the part when it comes to professionalism, and that will just be like a rolling stone to take you forward in your career, and you will be more professional in the jobs and tasks that you are given as well. Tip number 6 is continuous learning. Now, the military offers so many opportunities for continuous learning, and you have to stay current with everything, which will help you on your promotion cycle. So I've done lots of videos with regards to education and what's on offer with regards to civilian education, but there is so much on offer for military education as well. Get on courses, get on as many courses as you can, because it'll always add to your annual report at the end of each reporting period. And also from those little lessons that you teach it, little courses that you've been on, you will come back to the unit. From there, you might even start instructing. So if you can get on those courses and you can be that instructor and you can stand up in front of people and look professional, it'll go very far when you're in the military. Number 7 is having a work-life balance. Now, I know that can be difficult, having a work-life balance sometimes in the military, but if you can, make time for your family, friends, and of course your personal interests. Try and plan your month. If you know you're going on exercise for 3 weeks or 4 weeks, you'll get leave after that. So plan on what you're going to do with that leave. Don't just stay in your room for that week. Think about going to see your family, because they'll be missing you. Think about what hobbies you want, or if you want to start a new hobby. You do get a lot of leave within the military, but sometimes that leave is spread all over that year. So you need to think about and plan what you're going to do on each leave period, because that will really help with your work-life balance and enjoyment within the military. Tip number 8 kind of follows on from that, and it's self-care. Look after yourself. If you've got any niggling injuries but it's not stopping you from doing anything, just take a nip to the doctors, and they might get you to the physio, and you can tell the physio that you don't want to be on a sick chair, you want a little look at your knee, and they might give you some exercises. Or if you've got a little shoulder issue or a little back issue, they can get it nipped in the bud straight away. So you need to be looking at things like that. And also your little mental health, and try and relax and recharge whenever possible. I remember going through phase 2 training, where some of my course mates during lunch, they just go back and have a 20-minute power nap, say, just to relax and recharge. And they'd always come back feeling fresher from that in the afternoon's learning and lessons that we'd be going through afterwards. So just think about some self-care. Make sure you hydrate, make sure you eat well, make sure you train at the same time, and try and stay fit, because that just adds to professionalism. Tip number 9, goal setting. This is important. I've done a video on goal setting for new recruits. And whether they're short-term goals or long-term goals, having clear goals will help you stay focused and, of course, motivated. I've always remember my only goal in the army was to promote to corporal, and I did that in like 4 years. From that point on, my goal setting had stopped, and I had no clear plan for the future and what was going to happen. So when you join the army, try and have a goal, not during basic training, because your short-term goals are passing basic training. pass in phase 2, get promoted, again, and follow on from there. But have a long-term goal. Do you want to, after 20 years or 21 years, try and get to officer, perhaps, and go for commission if you join as a non-commissioned officer? Or if you're an officer watching this, when you join, where do you want to be? Do you want to become a captain after 7 years, or do you want to get to lieutenant colonel and command the unit? You need to have these long-term goals as well as your short-term goals to give you some real guidance and keep you motivated within the military. Number 10 is a big one for me, and that is physical fitness. You've got to stay fit. All you'll be doing is fizz all of the time when you're in unit. And those that you see not doing fizz, they just stick themselves on a sick chip. It's no good. They generally do not have a super long career. And there is so much opportunity if you are physically fit in the military as well. And it'll help you meet the demands of military life so much easier, especially when you're preparing to go on tour and you have to do lots of physical training, pre-tour training. Before you go on tour, the tests are slightly different, the tests are slightly more difficult. So keep fit within the military, and that adds to all that extra essential bit of advice that I've given you just to make things that little bit simpler. So there it is. Those are 10 essential bits of advice that will really help you throughout your career in the military. It certainly helped me. I wish I had some of this advice, as someone had told me some of this advice before I joined. But luckily for me, I had really good people around me all the time, and I had a really long and successful career. If you do have any questions, please just ask, like, subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Take care.